is Kelly Taylor, and I am Head of Program for Nursing at Maclarty Campus. I have been with North Metro TAFE for coming up 11 years and have been lecturing for that duration of time. So the Diploma of Nursing, what's it all about? What do we offer? So we offer the EN diploma, and we also offer first aid delivery also. The learning styles are blended, so we offer online and also on campus because we do have a fair amount of simulation that is part of the curriculum. Now it's 18 months. We refer to them as stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. It's a combination of theory, simulation, and practical skills that are demonstrated out in the clinical environment. Now, we focus generally on aged care in the first stage. The second stage, we'll move on to the medical side of things and the acute care model. We also look at primary health care. And then as we progress into the third stage, we're then looking at more of a surgical and a mental health approach. So for registration to be able to qualify for to graduate, you will need to complete 400 hours or a minimum of 400 hours across that 18 months course. Our facilities, so state-of-the-art simulation hospital. There was a lot of money injected into it a few years back now. So it does, you'll walk in, and if you're having a look online at the facilities, you'll see that it does resemble a hospital. And we can fit plenty of bodies in there at one time. And there's various areas of simulation that the students can be involved in at that one time. So employment outcomes for a lot of our students, nursing is a very vast field. So you can go into aged care. We've got remote nursing, so rural nursing, pediatrics, mental health, day surgeries. You can work in GP practices. The possibilities are absolutely endless with nursing. So we have lecturers on board that are experienced in many areas. So we have paediatric nurses, we've got primary health nurses, nurses that are general nurses, so like to work in the medical and surgical area. And of course, we have some mental health nurses on board too. So we have a lot of experience between all of us to be able to assist someone within that 18 months. The costs at the moment are approximately $2,800. Any more costs? So generally, students do ask us about book lists. So we make absolutely everything available. So all the learning resources are within our learning management system. So you can get away with doing the course without purchasing any textbooks. You will be required to have a uniform. So that's scrub bottoms, a scrub top, and some closed-in shoes, which is what us as nurses would wear on the ward. So health checks, also you would have to go and see your GP. We give you a pack. You take that to your GP. The GP will go through that pack with you. You are required to have your Hep B shots and serology to make sure that you are immune. You have to have, obviously, be up to scratch with your immunisation schedule, and of course the COVID-19 vaccination. Employment opportunities at the moment are actually thriving. We had a little bit of a lull, and now thanks to COVID, we have now been finding that, yes, the grad programs intake have increased. There was a bit of a lull for a few years there. So the grad program intakes have increased, and now facilities, employers are actually taking students straight out of TAFE. and straight into a position. So a few years back, it was pretty tough. You'd have to have a grad program, be able to consolidate your knowledge for that 12 months in that grad program post-study. But now, as I said, people are walking into positions straight out of the EN. So just an FYI, if you're training to be a nurse, you have to be expected to, if you're working over a 2-week roster and you're working full-time or part-time hours, you will be expected to work morning shifts, which normally consist of around 7 till 3:30, and you will be expected to do afternoon shifts, which could start from 2 till 10. Also expected to do night shifts, and most definitely weekends, public holidays, Christmas Day, all of that kind of stuff. So yes, it is definitely expected. It also depends what area you do end up going into. There are some niche areas that you may only work. You may get a gig where you work Monday to Friday, 7 till 3, and they're the lucky ones, but they are definitely out there. But if you go into it with the expectation that, yes, I'm going to have to work shifts around the clock, then there's no surprises for anybody. And placements. Unfortunately, you can't choose where you go on placement, but I can assure you that we have a vast variety of wonderful facilities that host our students, from Royal Perth, Charlie's. We work closely with Ramsay Healthcare, Sir Joondalup campus, Rockingham, Bentley Health Services, Fremantle. We do some work now with Greylands. So there's a vast range. What the placement team do is they look at the demographics and they have a look at where the student lives, and then they will place accordingly. So you're not going to really get, if you're living in Joondalup, the chances of being placed in Rockingham are very, very slim. So this is a really, really great question. So it's an adult learning environment, and that's what I like to say to everybody. So at the end of the day, what prospective students have to weigh up is we also understand that people have personal lives, families, commitments, financial commitments. So what will actually occur is you will be given your timetable. We do offer full-time study, and we will be offering part-time. And obviously those timetables get set out by the head of programs, so someone like myself. And it would be up to the individual to be able to see where they would be able to fit their work life into it. Unfortunately, we can't make the decisions for those students, but students also need to be aware that where there are assessments on campus, unfortunately, due to work commitments, we're unable to change those dates. We're unable to change, those assessment times to suit, because as you can appreciate, if that was the case, we wouldn't ever finish delivery within those units. And those units, do have to be finished up by about week 12, week 13 to get people out onto placement.